Wow, what up, minute, man? It's your boy. C for 3, man. We do this shit. You already know. Drop another video for y'all, man. Starting my channel. I'm going in. But right now, I want to talk about the reason why some niggas is trash in basketball and some niggas isn't. It is easier said than done. I'm going to talk about it in two ways, a spiritual way and a practical way. Practically, niggas ain't putting the work in. You know, spiritually, you just don't have enough awareness about yourself. You know? And I mean, levels such as a lot of people don't reach their potential, a lot of people quit, or a lot of people, as they say, fall off, or they live with that regrets, you know? And right now in quarantine season, I want to talk about that. Because right now everybody's sitting at the house reminiscing, or probably thinking about they want school to continue or something. Everybody forced right now, and it's Taurus season, so stable, fixed way to think about it, you know? It's May. It's coming up May. It's actually Aries, Taurus cuss season, you know? But I just want to talk about people not putting in the work, man. I got a Taurus moon, so I know about putting in the work. A lot of these dudes, man, they not putting in the work, man. You watched my first video, my basketball journey, man. I was talking about how I've been doing this since 2014. I've been putting in the work, man, day after day, shooting shots. And right now in quarantine season, I'm like, damn, gyms is closed, the parks is down. You can't really shoot no shots if you wanted to, man. Not in Massachusetts, unless you're in another state. You feel me? But other places you might could work out. But the point I'm making is that a lot of people, man, haven't manifested. A lot of people don't know about manifesting. A lot of people don't work hard. You know, Taurus season is going to force people to think about being stable, you know? Not like Capricorn Earth season, but Taurus is an Earth season. So in Taurus Earth season, you want to think about how to be fixated on your possessions, really. Taurus people, they like possessions. They kind of could be stable. They could be stubborn, consistent, or they can move real slow. Taurus season type shit. And correlating that to basketball and shit, man. A lot of dudes, man, they might want to hoop, man. They might say, man, look, I do this shit. I'm a hooper. I do this shit. But a Taurus moon like me, I know niggas that do this shit. I know niggas that hoop. I know niggas that's not going to give up. I know niggas that's fixated on this ball shit. And not to put you down or not to put people down, but it got levels to this shit, man. You taking time off, you taking years off, man. That person that's in that Taurian type of mind, that's working steady, and like the cow, like the bull, that's why the Taurus is the big bull. You slow and steady. You patiently waiting. Like you in the grass, you grazing, you eating your grass, and you doing your thing every day to bulk yourself up. Or, you know, to build your skills, to bulk your skills up, and you ready for the harvest season, you know? And that's why if you correlate it with the Bible and shit like that, you know, you do things for a certain season, you know, you harvest, you know, and then it's time to grow, sprout, and reap the benefits. So right now, Taurus season, in the world point of view, you know, that's why they got the thing, April showers, spring, May flowers, man. May is that time when, you know, that stability supposed to be ready to bring those May flowers, you know, from the creativity of the beginning of April and shit, you know? The cardinal of April and the Aries of that, but that's going deep into the spiritual, you know? But just to let y'all know, man, that's the reason why a lot of dudes can't hoop, man. Like, they not really hoopers, man. Like, they hoopers in the sense that, yeah, they play, yeah, they know some moves and stuff, but do you really do this? Have you been fixated on this like somebody who think about this night and day, you know? You got to put that work in. In quarantine right now, all my real hoopers should be putting in that work. Ball handling drills, at-home workouts, sit-ups, push-ups, watching film, visualizations, all type of stuff, man. Because right now, quarantine might be over next month, next year, who knows? But you want to be putting in work, man. And if you can't work on the court, you always want to be doing some mental work or something, you know? And that's what set a lot of parts. That's what set a lot of dudes apart, man, that mental shit, you know? Being mentally fixated on this basketball shit set people apart, man. That's why a lot of dudes can't hoop, you know? They might have the skills, but they might not got it together mentally. Or they might have it together mentally, but they weren't fixated enough on the skills. So, you know, Taurus season, work on that, man. Put that work in. I mean, really put that work in, man. Taurus people work hard. I got a Taurus moon. Somebody like Kobe had a Taurus moon, just for example. Shit, who else I know is a Taurus that work hard? Like, that just put in work. I know some people that's Tauruses, they work super hard, you know, just to get that stability. And it's not like that Capricorns that work hard because they really want to start a new way to work hard. Like, Capricorns will tell you you're not working hard, and, you know, they'll make you feel like you need to work harder. But a Taurus, not really gonna really talk about it. A Taurus, I feel like the reason I want to talk about it is like the actions speak louder than the words when a Taurus get to do it. Because they might not be flashy out with the Capricorn showing it off, but the Taurus, they know behind closed door, they the ones that fixated on reading them books. They the ones that fixated on hitting a certain routine over and over and over. You might tell a Taurus person to switch up their routine, but that Taurus person might be like, oh, nah, that's my routine. I'm going to do it like this, you know? And also, it could play negative. Everything got a positive and a negative. So say you somebody who know you got to work hard, but you super stubborn. You like, damn, I just can't do it. Like, I just can't put the two and two together. Like, you know, so, and then in turn, that affect your basketball game, you know? Mentally, physically, spiritually, all there, you know? So I just want to talk about that for a quick second as I roll up. You know, and I mentally know who I am on all levels, so weed don't affect me like you would think, like some people. But that's the reason, man. That's the key. That's one tip to why niggas really can't hoop and some people can. Some niggas stay into this basketball world longer than others, man. Not to say you can't jump in and out, but it's dedication, man. It's dedication. It's time put in, man. You know, you got to know yourself. And if you know you put that work in and you know you work hard and you know basketball, but you fixated on just like in the Taurus season, because it's the time in the season for everything. So right now I'm making this video to let y'all know it's that time to be fixated on your passions, man. Especially with the sun being in Taurus, you know. Then we got Mars and Aquarius now. So with Mars and Aquarius, you know, with the sun and Taurus, my interpretation of it is going to be a lot of fixation on people expressing some of their passions. If you think about it on the broad view, you could break it down more smaller when we talk about everybody's individual birth charts. But that's if I want to go deep. But on a broader view, for all my hoopers and people watching this video, man, you know, sun and Taurus, so people going to really be, you know, especially with quarantine, man, you're going to see if them unemployment checks going to make people feel good or not. Or you're going to see some people who still working and like, man, I gotta get my paper. I got child support. I got kids to take care of. I got ends to meet, you know? And ain't no excuse. And so that person with that Taurian type mind, you use that energy to your advantage. You want to play into the right season right now. You want to kind of stay fixated on your routine if it's working for you. But if it's not working for you, you might say, damn, I might be a little stubborn and switch it up. As far as I'm switching it up and I'm trying to put some stuff on YouTube right now in Taurus season. I don't want to be a little stubborn and just be rattling like I was on Snap. So I want to try to be consistent in dropping videos here during Taurus sun season, you know? And on the basketball aspect, man, get your work in. I can't really say too much about that right now because we don't got no hoops out in mass, but, you know, break it down, man. You can watch film, visualize yourself. If you got a season coming up or if you're younger, visualize yourself getting better and growing, man. Just visualize right now. Be fixated on that in the Taurus season. And with Mars, that's our passions. That's in fixated air. So a lot of people are going to be thinking about their motherfucking passions in the air way. So a lot of people might just be talking about they want to do this, they want to do that. Because Mars is not on the air sign. It's communicative and it's a fixed communication. So people might be just speaking on that shit. You know, like I'm talking to y'all right now. You know, you might manifest some people around you in some shape, way, or form, talking about their passions, or they may be telling you about your passions or something. But so just pay attention, man. But like I say, to be a better basketball player, to dive deep into the spiritual world, you gotta know yourself and you gotta know what's around you. You gotta have a bigger awareness. And people that play basketball, we know all about offensive and defensive awareness. You got to know where you at on the court at all times, where the out of bounds at, where this person at the time. So it go deep. It go deep into the world, man. It go deep. And I want y'all to dive deep into yourselves during this quarantine, y'all. Because it's new times. It's a new age of an Aquarius. It's a lot to learn, my hoopers. So you hooping with a nigga, and you might be like, man, this nigga, something don't seem right. He probably not really into it. He probably not really fixated on hoop, and it's fun time wreck for them. But, you know, you want to really be a hooper, you really want to grow your game, dive into this shit, because they got people that live this shit, you know? And like I say, seed for 3, man, you already know, man, I do this fucking shit.